let's focus some mindfulness to our eating habits. And what a typical used to be American diet, Western diet, but I think it's all over the world now. Everyone consumes the opposite of what is recommended. We eat barely nothing during our breakfast time. It's getting smaller and smaller meals. We are happy to neglect it. We're happy to give up everything in our breakfast time. And we rush through it, and by the time it's 11, 12, and we are hungry, we're looking for something to eat, and we end up eating a big meal like lunch. But the biggest meal of our day is usually dinner, right? We usually eat steaks, we go out for dinner, we have a lot of dessert, other things, and that adds up to the largest meal of the day. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I have done it myself, and I'm sure all of you also do it. So let's look at it. What can we do to improve it, and is there a science behind it? Well, there's been a well-designed study done on a group of men, and they were given a low-calorie breakfast in the morning and a high-calorie dinner for several days. They reversed it. They gave them a high-calorie, nutritious breakfast in the morning and a low-calorie dinner. Well, and looked at the results of how did they do during the day. Well, they found out that there is a scientific concept called dietary thermogenesis, how our body consumes our food and generates calories, and how do we use up the energy from the food that we consume. Well, the highest amount of most effective consumption of calorie and production of energy is from the food that we obtain in the morning. Our metabolism is high, so if you have a good breakfast, most likely you will use that much more economically for your body. So you will most likely go through the day with high energy. You will get up with full of energy. You'll take on your challenges, and you will still have energy. As the day goes on, you can give yourself a supplemental meal. You can give yourself a lunch and a dinner. But when it comes to dinner, the study looked at it that people who actually had high calorie dinners, they did not have as much dietary thermogenesis. They did not use up as much calories. The people who actually had a good breakfast, they used up more calories, so they had more calorie consumption. They also did not have high spikes of blood glucose levels. You know, all people currently, like many people, they are getting this disease, pre-diabetics. It's called intolerance to insulin. Many names to this, metabolic syndrome. All of these, they happen because of our reversal of food patterns. We have to bring it back. Now, the study authors also found out that people who actually had consumption of good, nutritious, high-calorie breakfast were not feeling as hungry during the day. But it was opposite the case for people who had big dinners. Okay, and as you can imagine, you go down, you sleep, you have actually a high acid reflux. A lot of people have difficulty even sleeping if they have too high of calorie diet. Sometimes ingredients in the food can stimulate your brain and you can't have even good sleep. So keeping that in mind, I would favor that we actually do what we call front-loading calories. In the morning, get up and have a good breakfast. Look up what are the nutritious sources of good breakfast. Definitely you want to have a high fiber, rich breakfast. You should have protein. Primarily plant-based protein is healthier, and healthy fats. Don't give up fats in your diet. They're actually very healthy for you. Healthy fats come omega-3 fatty acids, walnuts, almonds. Think of avocados. Think of olive oils and fish sources. Of course, you can eat those things in your breakfast too. We're just not used to it. Most advertised breakfast meals are processed foods and pancake, other things which are actually fried foods, not really good for us. So I hope you will find this useful. I think it was a really interesting study. I'm gonna start front loading my meals, starting with a good breakfast, and I'm gonna go through my day with full of energy. And I'm sure you need that too. So please try it out. Thank you for listening.